I am your tour guide for a journey beginning right now as you start your travels through the world of powerful progress. You are going to take a look at how our world, your world, has been shaped over time by converting energy into power. Let us begin back in the world of early humans. Some early inventions we know about include stone tools, axes, weapons, canoes, and the wheel. What kind of power made those work? Yep, muscle power. Enter the first major controlled source of power, fire. Early humans had always been familiar with fire, but at some point they discovered how to control it and how to put it to work. This was a real turning point for human progress. Humans found ways to use fire as a power source for cooking, heating, and light. And as time passed, they discovered how to use fire to smoke and preserve meat, and to provide protection from animals. They used fire for sending messages and for smelting and forging, in other words, for melting and working with metals. They invented nails, crafted new weapons, and used fire to incinerate waste. People developed new types of hunting tools, made new types of utensils for cooking and decoration, and came up with other innovations to make life more comfortable and efficient. Even more important, people got together around campfires and began forming communities. These communities turned into permanent settlements, and people began cultivating crops. Their population numbers began to increase, and so did their needs. Firepower continued to be the main force behind most innovations into the 1700s. At that point, 80% of all people were living on farms and cultivating food for a living. Then, a new type of power came on the scene and changed all of that. People had always noticed that steam appeared when they heated water, and the idea of steam power had been around for several hundred years. Then one day in the early 1700s, a man, Thomas Newcomen, discovered a way to control steam and use it to do work. Pulling on ideas from earlier inventors, he created the first steam-driven engine in 1712. He used the steam engine to pump water out of mines. People soon began to recognize the new possibilities that steam power offered. Inventors jumped on board and used Newcomen's steam engine as the basis for creating new technologies. Steam was used to automate the work of making fabrics and other products. Things that people once crafted by hand were now produced in mass quantities by machines. Factories sprang up everywhere. People moved away from the farms and into towns around factories where they learned new work skills. The steam engine changed the way most people of that day made a living. The steam engine also brought radical changes in transportation. People and merchandise could now travel quickly and inexpensively on steam locomotives. Steam also powered ships, farm vehicles, and road vehicles. These new innovations in transportation spun off new industries. For example, making parts for new locomotives required different tools, and new tool manufacturing industries sprang up. The use of steam power was a game changer worldwide. It brought change to almost every area of life, ushering in the period we call the First Industrial Revolution. This whole period was marked by a rapid change from a rural farming economy to one dominated by industry and machine manufacturing. As people learned new skills and had new opportunities, a middle class was born. In the space of just one lifetime, times had forever changed. And to top it off, another new power source was on the horizon. Let us learn a bit about that before we continue our journey.